And speaking of threats and opportunities, as we have, we hear financial people use the term diversification, which basically is you should be invested in different areas so that if one goes down, another might go up. In other words, don't put all your eggs in one basket. A recent article that I read, guys, suggests that you should also diversify your income sources, get paid from more than one place. A lot of us, we're going to have Social Security and some type of savings. After that, what else is there? What should we be looking at?
I really like this topic a lot when you're looking at more ways to diversify your income. Let's, first start with the word diversification. So to me, I would think that there actually is pros and cons when it comes to diversification. And here's what I mean by that. The thought process is you put a little bit in everything and hopefully more go up than down. And so you don't lose money. And, the flaw in that is I think there could be a lot of areas like that I would look at that would demonstrate risk. And to me, if you just look at the most basic format of put a little bit of money in everything, that doesn't make a lot of sense to put money into categories that you feel have risk. So giving you, again, another specific example is as interest rates went down to next to nothing, there wasn't a whole lot of opportunities, I think, for any growth potential, and bonds had an interest rate risk. So if you listen to past radio shows or YouTube, broadcast, you'll hear us talking about, the interest rate risk. Where a traditional asset allocation model, in fact, if you have like a target date fund in your 401k or your investment account, you're the one that I'm talking about that's at risk right now. And, that is what I would refer to as like a buckshot approach. So a buckshot approach is like, again, taking a shotgun and going out back and blasting off a bunch of shots, and hopefully you hit something. So I've served in the United States Marine Corps, and when I served in the Marine Corps, we either hit bullseye or nothing. So you either hit your target or you missed. And so in using with that sniper shot approach of, again, shooting downrange to hit your target, you want to be also very specific. I'm not saying diversification is not a good thing. It is a way ultimately to reduce risk. But when you're looking at diversification, what I want you to do is I want you to start thinking about it more as a sniper shot approach. We can use this on ways to diversify your income. So you could take a sniper shot approach and you could selectively pick out like a quality basket of blue chip dividend paying stocks, something that provided predictable income. That would be one way to diversify your income source. You could take a sniper shot and you could look at things that are non-correlated assets that aren't in the stock market, things like we've talked about on the other shows with, how high some of the fixed rates are. And you could take a sniper shot approach of picking some of the accounts that provide great income now with high fixed rates and ladder that out over different time frames. You can take this sniper shot approach and you can look at even diversifying your income even more. Chaz, you do a phenomenal job. So a lot of times people will come into our office and what I'll see is that they own the same investment accounts in their IRA, in their non-retirement account, and in their tax-free Roth IRA. And it's just like I scratch my head because even within that, when you're looking at diversifying income and you're looking at, different strategies, that diversification needs to also be true on where you own which investment. And the asset location is also crucial on having that sniper shot approach of putting it together. So when you're looking at other sources of income, at the end of the day, just remember at retirement, all roads lead to income, and diversification can help and also it can hurt you. And you need to look at your individual situation and figure out how it can apply. Our methodology of where there's different threats and opportunities, we talk about it in the approach called the independent income system. And within that approach, we walk you through the ins and outs of where there are different threats and opportunities. So that's what I would tell you on different ways to diversify your income. What about you guys? What would you say?
I'd say real quick, you're spot on. I would just say, obviously there's those opportunities for people that can maybe leverage some of their skills like hobbies or woodworkers, or I know Scott built this, studio basically by hand. So he's handy. But for guys like me and gals that, push paper, that may not be an option. So what I would say is, income to me also, it means an absence of an expense. So to increase my income, I can either work more, my money can work harder, or I can spend less. And so there's going to have to be a combination of all the above. Also, looking at investment options like annuities, for instance, or what we call lifetime income guarantees that give you, an investor, the ability to make a contract with an insurance company similar to the way that you do with insuring your home. If something bad happens, what can you do for me? How will you protect me? An income guarantee from an insurance company does a similar service in the sense that if you, for whatever reason, end up not having enough money or are fearful of running out of money, the insurance company kind of can give you a backing and some guarantees to say this amount of money will never run out. That, along with Social Security, is kind of some of the thoughts that I have on diversifying your income.
I agree. We had a client come in. He was recently retired from a local oil company, and we found out that his income goal was, let's say 3.5% of what his total investments were. So we were able to write up a contract with an insurance company to guarantee that income at 7%, which basically guaranteed his entire income goal with half the amount of money that he needed. So, for easy math, let's say he has $1 million, and now all he needs is $500,000 to put in. Two of my favorite words: safe and guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right. He bought an insurance contract that covered his income need. It's adjusted for inflation, just like Social Security. So the other $500,000 he can do like what Nolan talked about. Looking at our defined investment process, looking at strong companies, good balance sheet, low debt, high return on equity, strong balance sheets. That diversification goes a long way.
It all comes down to finding the right blend for you, because here's the truth of it. Even though you are retired, you're still going to have monthly expenditures, stuff that is going to happen every single month. Maybe your mortgage is paid off, but you got to have utilities, you have to eat and fuel and things like that. So having that covered at a minimum by guaranteed income can go a long way to, I think, giving people that confidence as they enter into retirement. Social Security is one of those components. Perhaps using something like a fixed index annuity for a portion of your retirement. Again, perhaps, and a portion goes back to what we said earlier. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, but to figure out if they can work for you or what strategies can work for you to provide that guaranteed income and how go about setting it up. The team at America's Retirement Headquarters, they are here for you. Just take that first step and reach out. 419-794-3030. Once again, 419-794-3030. You can always find them on the web as well, arhq.com. I want to thank you, as we always do, for spending some time with us, spending the new year with us. Again, if your resolution is to get serious about your financial planning, reach out, arhq.com. Please have a great week ahead of you. Make this a great year. Guys, thank you so much for the time. And as we wrap up, I want to leave you with the final word.
Yeah, just have a great week. And remember, when you think retirement, think America's Retirement Headquarters. It's home of the Retirement Guys formula and America's Medicare Associates.